right, NFL Insider Ian Rappaport with NFL.com and NFL Network says that the Detroit Lions should be one of the teams that, or could be one of the teams that consider running back Le'Veon Bell. Let's talk about it. Should the Lions consider Le'Veon Bell as a running back option? And will Bob Quinn consider it with Martha Ford? Let's talk about it. Motor City Sports Talk in the building. Appreciate everybody for checking in. And actually, we got Kerryon Johnson, but the Lions didn't draft Kerryon Johnson to be the every down back. If you remember, they wanted him to be the slasher back and let LeGarrette Blount be the horse, the workhorse. So they could be looking to pair Kerryon Johnson up with another running back to split the load. That's where the NFL is going, to a two-back system. You're seeing at the end of the Rams season, it was C.J. Anderson mixing up with Todd Gurley because Todd Gurley obviously was hurt. But, do they view Kerryon Johnson as Ezekiel Elliott or Todd Gurley when he's healthy is the question. At the end of the day, I just don't see the Lions, the frugal organization paying Le'Veon Bell $17 million per year. That's what he wants. And I don't see the Lions having the luck for it to happen, with the organization, because he was gone for a year, you know what I'm saying? And it just seemed like if he go to a team just where everything seemed to be out of whack and just go wrong, he could just suffer a soft tissue injury. And then you got to look at his history. He's been very, very injury prone. Every time the Pittsburgh Steelers needed him, he was injured in a playoff game, suspended with the marijuana thing with LeGarrette Blount. He come with some baggage. He do. He come with a ton of baggage, and that's just what it is. He come with an injury history. He come with a substance abuse history, and he coming off a year where he didn't play. And does that scream $17 million per year? No, but why would you do it? It's because Darrell Bevell has had success with elite running backs like Adrian Peterson and Marshawn Lynch, and he ain't had a weapon like Le'Veon Bell before who can catch it off the backfield and run between the tackles. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you would do it if you didn't believe in Kerryon Johnson's talent and his durability to carry the load, because he carried so much of the load at Auburn his last year there. So you would be basically saying that, I don't think Kerryon Johnson can carry the load, and he just will have to compliment Le'Veon Bell. And then if you felt that way, you was better off just saving a draft pick last year and going somewhere else and waiting on the draft a running back. But if you feel strongly that Le'Veon Bell, you work him out and you interview him, and you feel strongly that he can do what he need to do here, take us over the top. Well, the way this offense is going, which is probably going to be a game manager type offense with Matthew Stafford, heavy run, a lot of power runs. Then they want to probably get the ball out of Matthew Stafford's hands and get it to the running back in the flat, something that Darrell Bevell didn't have when he was in Minnesota and when he was in Seattle. Le'Veon Bell, I think Kerryon Johnson could too, but let's talk about Le'Veon Bell could turn Matthew Stafford into the ultimate, game manager, one of the greatest game managers, what he got on the outside too with Galladay and Marvin Jones, and they can get him a tight end that would complete him as a game manager, the ultimate game manager, because he'll be able to hand the ball off to Kerryon, and he'll be able to hit Kerryon on Texas routes, option routes Le'Veon on Texas routes, option routes, short game. You can spell in Kerryon, and you don't have a big drop off between the two. So that would mean that there really won't be no more money invested into the Lions offense other than it's going to be picks drafted into the offensive line, right guard, right tackle. You feel the Terrell Crosby can fill that void. That's what that would tell you, that Kerryon Johnson will have to make something happen and had to cover the deficiencies on the line, which I wouldn't see why he wouldn't be able to if he's 100% healthy. But it's a risk, and usually risks like this don't work for the Lions. It's not an old star, but it's a guy that, I think it's a risk for a team that's a little bit more closer than the Detroit Lions are, maybe like Houston or whatever franchise, though. But, real talk, you feel like he help you out right now, and go for it. He only 26 years old, you know what I'm saying? He'll be 27 February 18th, I believe, But, overall, would Bob Quinn do this deal is the question. I don't believe so. Alliance organization is very frugal. They don't spend a lot of money where they don't need to spend money yet. They spend enough money to keep the fans coming down there. They going to spend money on names. Calvin, Stafford, they tried the lowball Sue according to Ndamukong Suh. They going to spend money on them type of guys just to keep y'all going up. They're never going to spend money or go balls to the walls like the Rams did and spend a ton of money and really go for a Super Bowl. That's just not what the Fords are. The Fords are a very safety first organization. They gonna continue to just string us along. And I love the day when the Fords actually financially went all for it. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if the Pistons got the type of support when they was as sorry as the Lions have been. Imagine if the Pistons got that type of support down at Little Caesars Arena. That they get people that can fill in the arena damn near every day when they at home. That'd be crazy. But I don't see the Lions being major players in free agency this year. To be honest, they might get. I wouldn't even have my hopes up for a splash signing. They got all that cap room, and we see last year that they had a bad cap situation. So I'm not sure what to expect from them as far as their aggressiveness and how much money they're gonna spend in free agency. But I do know from prior years. And I do know from experience that they usually cheap. Okay, they're not gonna go out there and overpay for somebody to come to Detroit. And if Le'Veon Bell got real suitors, then the Lions not gonna be up in there for him. That's just not what this organization is about. They're not about going for it right now. They just want to be good enough to keep everybody having false hope and keep people going down there buying beer, spending tickets, tailgating, and that's what it is. And the Fords fortunate enough to have the one franchise in Detroit that's going to continue to support that team, which is the Lions, no matter what, other than this is on 16 season, then they can just financially keep profiting off of not only just the TV money, what's the big deal, but they profiting off of seats and concessions and everything. They killing the game, So it's really no reason for them to go out and spend the money unless they really, really want to go for a Super Bowl. And Martha Ford and old Bill Ford, whatever his name was, he never really wanted to win a Super Bowl. That was never his ambition. They never wanted to spend money and go for it. So I don't really, saying all that, I really don't think they're going to go for Le'Veon Bell. I think this is just water under the bridge. Unless Le'Veon Bell really is not a wanted man out there and they can get them for a really, really cheap price, that's the only way that's going to happen. But I think that could be overkill. If they believe in Kerryon, it could be overkill going out there and spending $17 million on a guy that didn't play all last season. You know what I'm saying? It could be 100% overkill, But if the Lions feel they really on the hot seat, maybe, Bob Quinn could convince Martha Ford that, hey, this is what we need, But remember, they like church choir boys. They like guys that don't have no problems off the field. And, he had a little problem with Garrett Blunt with the weed thing, but I don't think that's going to be a big thing in the future. The next CBA, the NFL is willing to not do any more testing for marijuana. In exchange for some concessions from the NFLPA, which, is going to be some type of crazy stuff because the NFLPA is spineless. They don't have no spine, no vertebrae, no back, no nothing. The NFLPA is one of the worst unions of all time, but hey, the whole Players Association, the NFL, all the players are pretty much raccoons if you catch my drift. They just want to get over on each other, hate on each other. They never combine together and make something happen. And, it is what it is. But with Le'Veon, if it was my personal opinion, I say no. Running backs are a dime a dozen. I don't think the Lions are close enough where Le'Veon is a piece that's going to put us over the playoff hump and get us a playoff win. I just don't think we're that close. But maybe they can make some moves in the draft. A great draft and a great free agency period could change that, where they get Le'Veon, they get some offensive linemen. They got a new scheme. They get better defensively again. Have a wonderful draft, and maybe then they is close because this year, it was pathetic. The NFL was pathetic. It wasn't no dominant team. For the Patriots to win the Super Bowl, that team sucked. It did. The Rams sucked too with one-legged Todd Gurley. So maybe 1 year can kind of change the Lions' fortunes. And maybe some people feel like they should go for Le'Veon. Let me know what you think. Should the Lions go for Le'Veon or not? If the price is right, I'm always willing to go for talented players like Le'Veon Bell. If y'all catch my drift when I do my videos. But if the asking price is $17 to $20 million, hell no. You know what I'm saying? But that's my personal opinion. Goodfellas Sports TV. I appreciate everybody for checking out the video. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon button. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Twitter. You can reach out to the email. We on Instagram as well, too. All the information is in the description. And just keep sharing the videos. I appreciate everybody that share the videos, man. You want to make a donation, that link's there as well. But Motor City Sports Talk, your boy CJ Goodfellow, put it down once again. Y'all know what the business is. We gone.